Yeah, welcome back. This is still BVI Channel 1. Still on the state of things in Anambra State. Talking about traffic matter. The level at which people drive in this part of the world, in Anambra State, particularly in Onitsha, I have never seen where such madness is exhibited on the roads. And you know what? The government is just doing very little or being very passive about this madness. I've experienced that. I have done what I could, but you know, there is need for a proper road traffic maintenance and order. I'm telling you now, there are some circumstances that you will see only in Anambra State. And when I come back from what we're going to experiment, sometimes you see them roll out some local government people from the local government, people who are recruited with very little training and very little motivation. You see, when they come out, they do their best actually, but I can tell you, at most time, they end up, you know, collecting some peanuts from some of these defaulters and allow them to just get going. But something happens one time, and I want you to see that. This guy is parking. That's an applause, okay? Along this Transinkisi, that is where you have serious traffic jam during rush hours, and you see the commercial drivers, keke napep, the bus drivers, they drive like madness. Thank God the people from the local government are doing their best to cushion that madness, but a lot is needed to be done. And let me tell Anambra State government, that of Soludo, Chalemamba, for listening to me and listening to me very well. I'm talking to you from the street experience. On the street experience, this is not about writing big proposals and speaking big grammar. This is about understanding the situation of things on ground, right on the street. You see, we complain that we don't have money in our coffers. We complain that we don't have revenues. Traffic violation could be one of the biggest source of revenue generation for Anambra State if properly effected. That is my field. That is my background, both on the streets and even on academic. But don't expect me to start writing proposals to you, because I know how this whole thing works. By the time you write, you send it to someone, that is it. It goes off. Somebody might just take it and convert it to a personal whatever. But I'm giving it to you direct so that you can get it. Now, if you have a kind of people that understands traffic management and enforcement, to be honest with you, Anambra State will be raking in millions, and on the short run, not even on the long run, you will have sanity on our roads. Don't ask me how it's going to happen, because I will give you an example. Okay, now the traffic light is red. You can see that no one will be observing this traffic. Let us take a look. You can see that. You can see it is red. Not even a single person will observe this traffic light. This is just one example out of too many in Onitsha. Just look at it. No one cares about this traffic light. No one gives a damn, because there is no consequence, there is no enforcement. And the government spent a lot of money to construct these things, to put up these things. You can see during traffic jam, during rush hour, you have this gridlock right here. You have this gridlock right here. You can see not a single person is observing this traffic light. Can see that. Now we are going to observe something right now. Watch. One man have decided to observe the traffic light right here. You can see others are beginning to pile up. But just trust me, you can see people who, you see, when one man decides to do the right thing, other people will key into it. You can see that. You can see that is what it's supposed to be. But when everybody is just behaving like madness, trust me, nothing good will come out of it. Now we're going to take another shot. Okay, let us observe this one again. Another shot at it again. You see, he stopped right again. You can see the attitude of people. You can see the Keke Napep people. They will all be flying off. You can see that. See that. Nobody is ready to observe this traffic light. Just watch. Just watch. Just watch and see. No, not even a single one will try to observe this traffic. You can see the traffic is red. Nobody observes traffic lights, and you see they'll keep running at you, trying to, push you aside to make sure that you get off. But some people will also adhere. You can see vehicles who now decide to pile up in observation of the traffic light. But trust me, Keke Napep people, they will never in one day observe traffic lights in Onitsha. It's not possible. Just look at them. Just look at them. All right? And the commercial bus drivers as well. This is revenue in the making for Anambra State that they are leaving aside. Okay? But there are other issues we are going to observe as well as we proceed on this very sensitization for the people of Anambra State. Now, I need to make this observation. The state of roads in Anambra State is quite bad. And in Onitsha particularly, when you're talking about traffic rules and the traffic observance of the traffic lights, what about the road itself? How good is it for motorists to ply on it? It is a question that needs to be answered. So Soludo should be mindful while you're trying to press on the traffic regulation. Also think about the road itself, because the road must first be motorable. Okay, let us make another observation. Like I said earlier, the roads are in bad shape. The roads must first be fixed, then we'll now start talking about the traffic lights. Now this is the traffic light we are going to be observing here. One of the traffic lights that are still active in Onitsha. As you can see, let's observe how many people will adhere to this traffic light while we are standing here. Okay, now we have this traffic light being observed by our team, just like we want to observe it. Let's see what it's going to look like. That's what it's supposed to be. Whether vehicle is coming or not, once you see a light red, you just stop. But in Onitsha, let's see if people will observe to it. You can see this man is already honeying. It is not in the character of Onitsha. Look at the way he's looking at him. This man must be insane to be standing here waiting for traffic to go at this time. So that is one of the attitudes that we are trying to observe. It's completely abnormal. You can see that. So now, while the government, we are asking them to, put up the traffic regulation, we're also asking them to fix the road. You can see how deplorable the road is. So it's not good enough to mount traffic light to beautify a city and to regulate traffic. while the roads are in a mess. So that's part of the thing Good Governance Ministry is admonishing and charging Soludo to do the right thing. All right, let us observe these traffic lights from this point. You can see the same attitude. No one observes traffic. No one, when I say no one observes traffic in this part of the world. You can see that now my team, we've just decided to stop to observe this very traffic. Let us monitor people behind this place and see how many of them that could comply to the traffic light. Just trying to observe. You can see that the major people, the problem is the keke napep people. They can never observe traffic lights. They can never observe traffic lights. People behind our vehicle are honeying, and some of them are surprised what is even happening here. You can see the attitude. This is the normal attitude of people in Onitsha. You can even see people who will be very angry. Okay, you can see that. Just look at it. That is just it. You can see that's just the normal attitude right here. In fact, they'll be looking at this as though you are stupid to observe traffic lights. This is money line waste for the Anambra State. Yet the government is not doing that. But we're looking at trying to see how effectively the government can implement some of these things. But first of all, this road has to be fixed. Let me ask one of the motorists his experience driving in Onitsha. Yeah, sir, please, we want to get your opinion with respect to your experience driving in Onitsha. How do you observe traffic lights in Onitsha? Do you observe traffic lights?
Judging from where I came from, so I've lived in Europe, in America, and there, that is where they have the culture of observing traffic lights. But here in Nigeria, particularly in Onitsha, the story is different because people are not aware, and because of the incessant keke napep drivers, they used to bypass all traffic laws. Even when you try to do that, they will jump the queue and manipulate themselves to wherever their destination may be. So I think for me, it is a usual concept. I have been doing that, but for other motorists, they don't do that. And the government should look into it to make sure that the built traffic lights, anybody that contravenes it must be apprehended, and the law must take proper justice. That is my observation.
All right, thank you so much, sir.
Thank
you so
welcome,
much.
My dear.
And finally, what of the state of the roads?
Yes, and you see, I have been jumping from one potholes to another. I thought the government has workers that take care of zero potholes. I don't know what they are doing, and the weather is clement so that they can do something about it. People are suffering, but I don't blame the current governor because the past regime did not do anything. By rights, they are supposed to be taking care of the roads, but the new incoming government, I think he's coming gradually. I believe he's responsible and he has tested office before, and he will do something about it.
Okay, thank you very much.
You are welcome.
You have these traffic lights in Onitsha everywhere, even in some places in Oka, and nobody, I can tell you, if you try to obey that traffic light, you will be looked upon like a madman. You might even be abused, called all manner of blame, and the rest of them. That is the situation. But if you go to Asaba, this crossover to this bridge, you see how everybody adheres to traffic rule. Let's take a look at this. We're just approaching a traffic light. Even the keke people, without needing anyone to be pursuing them up and down, you see as they just respect themselves, they respect the traffic light. But when it comes to Onitsha, you see mad people. You see mad people. You can see now this traffic light is now moving. They now started moving. Or the only person for naturally the mother at this junction. But across the other side, you see madness. And when you drive on the street, you feel safe. When you drive on the street, you don't feel harassed. When you drive on the street, you observe orderliness. But that is nothing to write home about in Anambra State. And I ask, why? What is wrong? It's about the administration. Contact people like me, I will give my services for free. For free. For the Anambra State. Soludo, you don't need people who are party faithfuls to be given appointments. You need people who have passion for good governance to deliver results. You need people who are passionate to see you succeed, and not people who are passive. To be honest with you, traffic management is a huge source of revenue, and as well, it will on a short run, I'm not saying long run, on a short run, bring sanity on our roads. The same is also applicable to environmental sanitation and the rest of them. All you need is the right people around you. If you consult people like us, to be honest with you, we have men and ladies who can deliver and bring results in the shortest time. We're talking about months here. We'll be bringing back sanity on our roads. These are the kind of men and women you need, and not just passive people. People who are just there because it is entitled to them, maybe because of their political affiliation or their contacts. We believe and trust in your process, your due process, to bring in the best. And people who can serve pro bono. We have men like that, men and women like that in GGM across the world. They are begging for an opportunity to make impact. You have to give them that chance. You have to give them that opportunity. And I can tell you, you will succeed. Because the success of your government is the success of GGM. Because we can't just not allow you to fail. Even if you want to, we will not. Remember when we were saying that when you were vying for governorship during the election. Even if you want to fail, we will not allow that. That is why we are doing what we are doing. We want you to succeed. And it begins with you identifying with people like us. I'm not begging for an appointment. I'm only asking you to reach out to men with passion that will bring you results. Time is ticking. Time is not waiting for anyone. Before you know what is happening, we'll come round back again and you will give you your report card without missing word. I'm signing out, my people. This is how we are bringing it on, and we expect every one of you to be part of this process to ensure we have good governance in our states, in our local governments, in our communities, wherever we find ourselves. This is our commitment to our people, to ensure that lives are better and our homeland is the paradise, becomes the paradise we actually seek. I'm signing out. We'll be talking about so many other things on this platform, and that is why it is important you subscribe, hit on the bell for notification, and don't forget to subscribe on our alternative channel, BVI Channel 1 Plus, because we wouldn't want you to miss anything. And in case you've missed out during the 3 weeks our channel was shut down, you can also get an update on everything that has happened on BVI Channel 1 Plus. I'm signing out. Stay blessed and stay safe at all times. Together, we will make our land a better place. Bye-bye for now.